Hi, Mr. Miller's class. It's Katie from Salmon in the Classroom, and I've got a question for you. What are you feeding these salmon? Because they look beautiful. No, really. What's your secret? Tell me. I want to know so that my fish can look as beautiful as these. Look, this one can even swim backwards. Woo! Now that your 250 tiny salmon eggs have turned into 250 good-sized fry, it's getting a little crowded in your tank. Fry are messy and so hungry. So I brought my assistant to your classroom and we took some of your fish to release into the wild at Salmon Creek Park.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm scooping up some of your salmon. We're gonna go put them in a stream called Salmon Creek. And I bet some of you have been there before.
That's right. You might have been there before. It's right by Kleinlein Pond.
And it was a good one.
We wanted to take about 60 fry to the creek, but they're hard to count when they're wiggling around. There we go. That's a little better. We marked them off in this photo as we counted them, about 40. For the last 2 scoops, we counted them inside the net before we put them in. There we go, about 60 fish. Before we left, we named all of the fish in your tank. This one is Mr. Miller, this one is Mr. Miller 2, and this one is Mr. Miller 3, Mr. Miller 4, oh, Mr. Miller 5 right there, Mr. Miller 6, Mr. Miller 7, and this one is Ruby. Time to get rolling.
Who knew salmon weighed so much?
We drove the salmon in our car to Salmon Creek Greenway Trail, which is a great spot to release baby salmon. We made our way to the stream and put the bucket in the water because these giant fry from Burton were kind of heavy. We actually scooped out the fish and released them a little ways upstream, where it was calmer and less silty. We got a couple containers of water from the stream and put them into the bucket with the salmon so they could start to get used to it. This helps us make sure the temperature of the water in the bucket is the same as the stream water, so the salmon don't get shocked. While we waited for the salmon to acclimate, we saw a couple eagles flying overhead.
So here's some wiggly salmon. So we're just gonna go in. There we go.
We put their container in the water and wondered what they thought of their new home.
I think they're okay with it. So now what I'm gonna do, instead of pouring it out, I sort of just tilt it slowly.
Eventually, we released all the salmon into the creek, wishing each group a safe journey to the ocean and back. Your salmon fry might hang out in the stream somewhere nearby for up to a year before heading downstream, so you could come and visit them sometime. But I'm not sure you'd be able to find them. They all disappeared pretty quickly. Look at this! Talk about stealth mode. They are perfectly camouflaged to blend in with this stream.
There's one right there.
Good luck, giant fry from Burton. Hope you find lots of delicious bugs to eat, and we hope you love your new home in Salmon Creek.